Welcome to Blue Collar Podcasts. Today I have Kevin Hensley. How you doing today, Kevin?
I'm doing well. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm here.
Tired? You just got off work?
Yes.
That's good.
How you feeling?
I'm doing good.
How was work?
It was pretty hot today. How was work today, Kevin?
Hot, boring, and filthy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So, Kevin, tell me about where you grew up at. Where you from?
Well, I grew up around Baton Rouge, and I grew up in the country. So I grew up in Jackson, and it's pretty country up there. There's a lot of state land, and played baseball growing up, and went hunting with my uncle, stuff like that.
Okay.
And yeah.
So, what was it like growing up in Jackson? Just were boring? Not much to do, or?
Honestly, I can't really remember. Just playing baseball, hanging out with my friends, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. My aunt and uncle raised me, so I didn't have my parents really there to support me. I knew who they were, but they wasn't really there to support me. So they sent me to go live with my aunt and uncle in Jackson.
So why you had to go live with your aunt and uncle?
That I do not know why. I haven't figured that out. I never really asked my mother about it, but one day I probably will. Just it seems things that I went through, and for me to be where I'm at now, I had to really focus on myself and not really, be around family. But my aunt and uncle, I'm always in contact with them, It's like that, what they say, trying to, break that family cycle, trying to get away from that. And I think I've done a pretty good job so far, and I'm definitely making a difference with my son on that. So, because I still have their ways, but I'm changing it. You got to recognize it and then change it. It's like, don't do that.
So you're trying to like be an inspiration to other people that are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's it's not easy, especially because I'm human, So some days I don't feel like it, but I know I have to. And then sometimes some people surprise you, with, oh, okay. Yeah, I said that, I mean, how do I come off to you? Do I have how do I affect you in some way?
You make me happy, Kevin. Like, when I go to work, I look forward to working with you because you always just brighten up everybody's day.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so with that being said, is that what kind of motivated you to make them inspirational videos you put on Facebook and TikTok and all that?
Yeah. Hopefully it's not really for me, but maybe for other people, It's I go through it, but then it's like maybe somebody else needs this, or maybe it'll help them throughout their day, or, because some people, we tend to carry on stuff that's already happened to us into the next day instead of just letting it go, because every day is a new day, right? We got to be thankful for it. It's a new day, new beginnings, always.
That's good. So you said you moved to Baton Rouge by Baton Rouge after you left Jackson?
After I left Jackson, I moved to Denham.
Denham, okay.
Yeah, I moved back in with my mother.
What age were you when you moved to Denham?
14, I think.
Okay.
Around 14-ish. Yeah.
And what was that like when you moved back in?
It wasn't the greatest. I mean, it was place to stay, but it's also being influenced by your environment. It was not good. You know, like I said, I went through a lot of things to get where I'm at now. And it's just kind of hard to think about it. It's not hard to think about it, but put it into words. How do I describe this? You know, I mean, basically I went hanging around wrong people and peer pressure and wound up going to prison. But I was big on basketball, and I didn't really have the support from my mother that I needed. And so I would turn to the streets. That's what I did.
So did you go to school, or you just kind of
in and out?
In and out.
In and out. I made it to the 10th grade, and then after that, I didn't go back. It just was no support.
Okay. Did you stay with your mom till you 18, or?
My mom left me.
Okay.
She left me and my sister there, and we started working. I started working when I was 14, 15. It wasn't much longer, yeah. Something like that. She left us with that. My sister was a little older, so it was kind of like she took over the place. I think she was 18, so she let her have it, and she moved on. And then I wound up getting in trouble when I went to prison for like 2.5 years, and I got out, and that's when I met Summer, my son's mother. And that kind of kept me out of trouble, you know, as far as like, because she introduced me to horses and to that type of world, the Western world. And that's a very unique lifestyle because it keeps you busy and it's kind of expensive, but it's kind of like having a dog, not like a child, but a dog. And you have to maintain and care for that animal, you know, every day. You got to be consistent with it. And it taught me something there, too, how to care for that.
Okay, so going back to, you said you got in trouble. What did you do to get in trouble? For 2 years, 2.5 years in prison.
Robbery charge.
Robbery charge? I'm talking about that. Kind of like what led up to it, why it happened.
Well, me and this guy, kind of a childhood friend. I haven't seen him since that incident. But when I left there and I went back to work, how old was I? 18? I think it was the year of Katrina.
05?
Yeah. And I moved back to Zachary, Slaughter area. That's when, yeah. And after that, got a job. Got a job for working for Burger King, but it was like restoring and reopening the Burger Kings in around New Orleans area. So it would be like a van full of people going there every day and coming back home.
Okay.
And I was out there, and that's when the guy lived next door to where my grandma used to live, and I moved into my grandma's place. And it was out, I think it was around Thanksgiving, we were drinking. And some people or some kids, I don't remember, walking down the road. It was like 12 o'clock at night, and we told them to drop their shit, and we took it. I didn't think it was a good idea. I was like, man, I don't think we should have done that. And he's like, well, anything happens, just plead not guilty. But he wound up going to jail that night. They didn't catch me. I ran, you know. They was coming to my house. I seen them coming down the road, and I took off running. And I continued to work until I got enough money to get a lawyer, then I turned myself in.
Okay.
And that's what happened.
Then you went from there, they put you in jail?
Mm-hmm.
Went straight to prison? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They put me in jail.
How was that like in jail?
About like it is at work, but you were getting paid. Jail, prison. Oh my God. It's a different place. It teaches you new things on really how your actions affect others, and one place I wouldn't want to go back to for sure. Sending you to hard labor.
Where did you end up serving your time at?
I went to Cottonport. First I went to DCI. No, I went to Hunt's, and then as far as the processing facility, and then they sent me to DCI, and that's in Jackson. And I think I had an aunt or somebody working at that place at the time, and I don't know. They wound up shipping me back to Hunt's, and then Hunt shipped me to Cottonport because I had family working there. Yeah.
You mind talking about your experiences in prison? Like, what was it like for you being so young and around all them people?
I wasn't taken advantage of, that's for sure.
I mean, like, going from being a free man to, okay, I'm in prison for 2 years.
Prison life, man. I mean, I was in the parish for like 7 months. So going into DLC is different. It's a lot different. You gotta they prepare you for work. Like you gotta have a job every day, or you can stay in the field. And what they call catch a cut, build up rows and cut with a hoe, cut the grass and stuff like that. That's kind of like where they started me off, and then I got into like a Votech school because it was on campus doing brick masonry. And I got certified in that, and then I got out.
Is it nothing interesting happened while you were in there?
I was doing the church thing in there, and I don't know, it didn't last. So what do you think? Do you think we're all valuable?
Yeah.
In what way?
Everybody has a purpose in life. Everybody has a plan for their life.
Right.
I believe.
Yeah, we're valuable. We're all valuable, especially to God, that is.
So you did a church thing in prison. Like, are you religious at all right now?
It's kind of like a midlife crisis right now. It's like seeing things differently. Meaning, it's there, but it's like more slowed down. I have to slow down because, I guess I am ADHD or whatever, but I don't take medicine for it. And, being that my girlfriend's Asian, she's Vietnamese, and she's Buddhist, seeing things differently. I don't really know all about Buddhism. I don't know about it. I just know that they make good food.
I know you went to the temples a couple of times.
Yeah, I've been to the temple. It's hard to understand. Like, from what she told me, I'm like, because I asked her, okay, Buddha, why is his representation or his figure, why is he, fat? Like, what does that mean? And she said it means like he's happy because he has food. And that's what he's kind of representing. But there's more to it than that. There's a whole storyline behind it. And when I went to the temple in Broussard, I think, in Lafayette, there's this building that's by itself, this structure. It's very beautiful, all kind of colorful and stuff, but it says no women allowed, but only men can go in, but you got to take your shoes off. And like at the bottom of it, like 4 foot up all the way around the building, the inside is a mirror. And then up from there is these drawings. And I recorded it, and then I showed her, and she's saying that was his life, and then visions of what he's seen. I was like, okay. And so for her telling me about it, like what's this mean? What's that mean? And they're very similar to Jesus. Some similarities going on there. I was like,
Would you see that was similar to Jesus?
He went, did something kind of like when Jesus went into like the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. Buddha did the same thing. There's something there. Like, I'm not saying the same, but he did something similar like that. That was what she was showing me. But, yeah, that was pretty unique. The Asian culture is very, very unique, very different. And, it's kind of like talking with one of our coworkers that's Hispanic, which he's Mexican, that these other countries that are Hispanic, the same language, but a different dialect. And with, Asian countries, each country has their own language. It could be border next country, but it's all different. It's very. I never really knew that until I really got into it. Did you know that?
I know.
Yeah, it's all different.
Okay.
You know, like Japanese to Korean to Vietnamese, they all speak different languages. Malaysia, Philippines, all different.
How did they, when you went to the temples, like how they greet you? They was like normal, or you had to do any like rituals or anything?
No.
Just,
If you go inside, you gotta take your shoes off.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's more of like a respect thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go inside. I've never been inside the one here in Baton Rouge. I think one time, but I've been to the one inside in Lafayette. One of the ladies I work out with, she was there because it was a festival, and she's Lao. It's called Lao Festival, and it's the country right next to Vietnam. And she brought me in there. We took our shoes off, and she was like, "You get some money. You give a few dollars to the monk, and they'll bless you." And she spoke the language, and he said something over me. He put a bracelet on me, but you gotta take your shoes off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you said you're not really have a religion right now, or like you're in
As far as being a creator, I'm not into religion, no, but I believe we have a creator.
do you think that's God, or do you think it's like something else?
There is a God.
You see God as like, how do you see God? What is considered God to you?
I believe that he's like, he's part of us in some way, maybe, spiritually, of course, and that's all. We're his creation. He's inside of us in some way, and that, being that we have choices too, it makes a difference to choose to do good and do bad, or you can override that negative conversation within you, but that's one of the reasons why I like getting up early in the morning, because the environment is very focused still, it's quiet, so it's very focused, nothing's chaotic, and you can really hear things within inside yourself talking to you, because you think about the day before, then you're like, what about today? How can I plan this out? That was yesterday. What about today? Okay. What can I do to make a difference?
Do you believe in Jesus Christ at all? Or do you think he was real, or do you think...
I believe he was a man, yeah. But he wasn't God. But story tells us that God lived his creation
you don't think
through that.
Like the God in flesh? In human
Maybe.
Okay.
But, these are all stories that man have told us, not God.
Okay.
Same thing as what Buddha says.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand the thought process.
It's a righteous way of living.
But you wouldn't follow it?
Oh, wait, what?
You wouldn't follow it, Christianity?
Follow Christianity? I don't know, man.
It's a righteous way of living.
I've been to several churches. You don't have to go to church to, believe. You have to live it and walk it every day.
Yeah.
But being part of a congregation is different. Maybe you should be. I don't know, but I don't know.
Okay.
I just like connecting with the earth, not with what we made, but like what God made. Like being out in the woods, hiking, and just really taking it in, getting away from everyday busy life, That's what I like doing.
Okay. You like being in nature a lot?
I love nature. Yeah. I
you
love
hikes
it.
a lot and stuff?
You
go hiking a lot?
As often as I can.
Okay. What about that? What do you like about going out, walking a trail, seeing different sights?
Yeah, it's just, man, I try to do videos on it, but it's from my point of view and what I see, it's all God's creation. It's all there. I think we're influenced too by the music we listen to.
Yeah.
kind of like the music we was listening to today. I used to listen to that, but I don't have a feel for it no more.
Who was playing today?
Like just like some of the rock songs they were playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like it's kind of depressing. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I also thought too, like, what if the birds, since God created birds, the way they chirp, what if there's some type of frequencies that's programmed in your mind? I don't know if that's the right word.
Like in our mind?
Yeah, because we're part of nature, right?
Yeah.
And you just hear that instead of the music we created. And that's what I got with, like, the Asian meditation music. It's different than what we listen to and what we created, meaning as Americans.
What does Van do, like, for her religious? Like, does she go to temple every Sunday, or
no,
I don't know how that works.
No, she don't. She'll do something. I haven't seen her do it, but like she'll do something in her room. Sometimes she'll tell me, like, I need to write something or talk to Buddha in a way or something. I don't know. But she'll write in her journal. I don't know what she's saying. It's all in Vietnamese. But she knows a lot about it. Do you know anything about it? All you know is Christianity.
Buddha, you rub the stomach. That's about it.
Are you... Because see, there's different types of... Christianity is one religion, but then off of that, it's got like what? Pentecostal.
It's different denominations of it.
Southern Baptist. Yeah.
Regular Baptist, Catholic.
Regular Baptist, Catholic.
What's it called? Apostolic.
I
think that's Pentecostal. I'm not sure.
The Vietnamese people, they're Buddhist and then I think Catholic. It's two.
Well, how's that work?
Dude, I don't know. I'm barely finding out. I'm still new to that. Because, like...
You can't have two different gods. I don't know.
One's not a god. Buddha's not a god.
Oh, he's not? Okay.
No, it's just his teachings. Ways of life, like a proverb.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Even they do... It does seem like they worship him or they give praise to him.
It seems like they worship an idol more.
Yeah, he's not a god-like figure, but whatever he went through, like his teachings and stuff, that's like, I don't really know, but like, just from what she told me, like I remember I told you about that building, what I seen all on the walls, yeah. It was his whole life thing, and you just have to see it. Like, one, it was like, I'm like, I think it's a baby, and like, who's this woman? It's like, that's his mother, and he was being thankful for his mother, it's kind of very, very depth of what the paintings and drawings were.
Okay. Then I remember you saying, what you said? Got out of prison. Met Summer. Is that when you met Summer when you got out of prison?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Well, I knew Summer when I was like 14, because when my mother lived over there in that neighborhood, some of the people I knew that were my age or a little younger, Summer knew their parents, and I knew them too. That's the one that did my tattoos.
Oh, she did tattoos?
Not Summer. This girl's parents.
Oh, her parents. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Summer used to go over there a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, the father would do tattoos and the mother would do piercings.
Did they ever do any of your tattoos?
I just did this one right here. I got it started. I could have got them when I was younger, but I didn't. I got them. I actually got this when I got out of prison. This one too. I went to Texas and got that one. And then my friend did that one.
What does that say?
It's my last name.
Okay.
And I got this one in prison. I went to prison with...
What does that one say?
Life's a gamble, watch it move. I traded my shoes for that one so I wouldn't get beat up.
Some shoes for the tattoo?
Yeah, they was gonna take them. So I was like, hey man, I'll trade you my shoes. Give me a tattoo. Bet.
You met Summer. She got. Then
Yeah, got into horses. Summer's been dealing with horses all her life. I think she still does. But I liked it, but I haven't done it since. I I was doing horse shows, I was barrel racing and stuff, and once we had the child, my son, and kind of split, and I was having complications with her, with seeing my son, or more or less taking him with me. So I sold my horse, got out of it, but when I sold him, I got a lawyer, and that kind of helped me there with more custody and getting him.
how old were you when you had your son?
I didn't have him.
Oh, you never had a son?
I was 29 when he was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got Rocky right after he was born, or
Well, it was kind of the whole way.
before?
Pretty much. It wasn't really a good relationship.
How long were y'all together before?
7.5 years.
Okay. It wasn't Rocky before? Or
Yeah.
It was?
It was. Off and on. Just, I was young. I didn't want to leave, I guess. Got comfortable there. But then I got to the point, I got to do something.
Okay.
I mean, look at me now. So I got into fitness, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm into fitness, doing a lot of HIIT training, stuff like that. I started this about, I don't know how long I've been doing it, probably 5-6 years now. Yeah. And it's fun. I love it.
The whole time I knew you, you've always worked out.
Yeah. What I kind of done now is changed it. I don't do cardio like I was doing in the morning time. I've been trying to do more strength building and stuff like that, and I can see the difference. But now where I'm at now, I'm about to be a group instructor at the gym. Should be fun. Group fitness.
Okay. So I know you eat healthy a lot.
Yeah.
What inspired you to eat healthy?
It's a lifestyle. I've always ate healthy. When I was in my 20s, I didn't really eat a lot of meat because I was told about GMOs and stuff like that. But when I was with Summer, we used to sell weed, right? We used to move like an ounce a week, but that's back when, like I said, right after Katrina, when I got out, we were getting that medical stuff from this guy, and when I would go get it, she knew the guy, like, I guess they grew up together or whatever, I don't know, but like I go over there by myself and get it. You couldn't just pick it up and leave. Like I had to stay for like an hour, and he'd be like, you want this, I got this, such and such, and then I had to smoke with him, and he it's kind of like a conspiracy theorist. He'll philosophize all kind of stuff, and I'm like, what? I getting high one day, and he's like, what if everything they told you was the truth and a lie at the same time? What if all these movies we're watching, we think it's fake, but it's real? I'm like, dude, I just want to go. And it's like one day they're gonna kill the power that we have, and we're gonna see these projectors of spaceships in the sky, and we're gonna think it's an alien invasion, and they're gonna come in and take our stuff. And I'm like, what? But yeah, we used to sell that, and I guess that's probably one reason that I stayed, is because I got high a lot, just smoking marijuana. That's it. We didn't do nothing else. Some good. We got some. I think it was called Something Dreams one time, and man, I slept for like a week. I wake up, eat, smoke, and I'm like, I'm going to sleep. Did you ever smoke?
I smoked a couple times.
Yeah.
I gave my life to Christ. So I turned around.
When did you do that?
I would say after I had.
Well, hold on, let me ask
Right before I had my second daughter.
So, when you was in your childhood, like with your parents, you didn't go to church?
We did.
You did? And you wasn't saved then? Or you didn't have an understanding of it?
I think it was more like I knew of it, but I didn't live that life.
Yeah, see, that's how it was like with my aunt. I was, she's still doing it today. And sometimes, I think she's still like a, what do you call it? A youth.
Pastor?
Think so. Or youth leader, youth pastor. Like the church she goes to, like she'll take them and go do things, stuff like that. But my aunt, like, she used to make me go to church when I was younger. And I remember asking her, because my uncle don't go to church. And then I was always confused on why. Like, if you're going, why don't y'all go together? And I was like, well, why do I have to go to church? Like, I didn't want to go. And she's like, well, you can either go to church or you get your ass whooped and go to church. It's up to you.
You felt forced again?
Yeah. It was forced.
You think that still affects you today about it?
Maybe. I mean, I was forced. And then my aunt was very strict.
What religion? Like
Southern Baptist.
Southern Baptist?
Yeah. She was very strict. Like, when I got in trouble at school, I wouldn't, of course I get whippings, but it was like, I either have to write out the dictionary, or like copy, like write it, or with the Bible. And I always had to participate in activities with the church and choir and stuff. And then I went to prison and picked it up again, and then it was like, this doesn't seem real, it seems fake.
Religion or?
Just the people.
So they think people fake?
Yeah, 'cause that's what it tells you in the Bible too, that what? People will falsify things and make it seem real.
Flawed.
Yeah.
Every human's flawed.
Flawed?
Flawed. Everybody sins. Everybody.
No, but it's like.
Nobody's perfect. But Jesus Christ was perfect.
Right. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
It says you be careful of. What's the word I'm looking for?
False prophets.
False prophets. Yeah. That's what I see a lot of.
Yeah.
False prophets. Because to do that, you got to live that. That's going to be your everyday thing. I can say it's a lifestyle or it's a way of living, which is righteous. It's a righteous way. Mm-hmm. Which it is.
You don't think that, like, people... Because people are just people. Christianity is just a relationship between you and Jesus.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So...
But my thing is, I think I told you before, is not only is believing in that, I get that, but I don't. It's kind of like when I was telling you, we're valuable to God, but being valuable to the marketplace is different. That believing in God and then believing in yourself. What is there to believe in yourself? Well, I don't see a lot of that. A lot of people do that. I see a lot of people will believe in God, but they don't believe in themselves. Right. God can't do everything for you. If you ask Him, I think that's why some people are misled by what that actually is.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I need more time to explain it. I don't know.
Take your time.
Okay. You got coffee?
Yeah, coffee.
Yeah, but that's what I'm into, fitness now. After this, I want to pick up my son. I don't know. We might go to Texas for Father's Day. I don't know. I've been wanting to go to Austin. Have you been there before?
Austin, Texas.
That's the capital, but it's along that ridge where.
Where's the Astro World at?
Astro what?
Astro World. That's Houston.
That used to be in Houston. I know they don't have it no more.
I've only been to Houston, Texas, and Tyler, Texas. I went to Houston, Texas with the Astro World back in like 01, 99. I don't know. I was young.
Yeah.
I went to Tyler, Texas for a wedding. My father-in-law's wedding.
That was last year, right?
Maybe, yeah. I can't remember. I think in May. May last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
And other than that, yeah. But what you said was in Austin?
It's the capital of Texas.
You said something about it, I don't know.
Oh, it's like along that ridge of natural springs. So the water there is more clear.
Oh, you said you're going to Austin after.
Yeah, we might be going kayaking around there, go swimming or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I might just get season passes to Blue Bayou. I don't know.
Okay.
Because I'm going to get them tonight and we'll have to leave in the morning. I might do it. I don't know. Who knows? I try to do a lot with him by taking him places, you know. That's all I can do. Much time that I get with him, I just try to bring him places.
So when you do get him, like, you try to just spend most time with, like, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Take him places.
Has he ever said how he felt about going back and forth?
Like between me and his mother?
Yeah.
No.
He seemed pretty fine.
There was a time. He said he's. I don't think he's getting the attention he needs at home. That's all. Sometimes he don't want to go home. Just want to stay a little longer or spend more time at the trampoline park. But other than that, he seems fine. I don't know. Wish I had more time,
Yeah. How do you deal with that? Like, weekends you don't have them, like, you just...
I just stay in my room and cry.
Yeah.
So quiet. It's like, what do I do?
So tell me about when you did horses, like, what all you did with them. Like, how'd you get... Oh, you said Summer got you into it, but... Like, what all would you do with them?
Well, me and Summer, when we first started off, I first started off with her was doing what they call, for birthday parties, they call them pony parties. And this lady had like miniature ponies, and sometimes like a Welsh pony or a horse was added. And mostly during the summertime, we'll bring them to little kids' birthday parties, but they were dressed up, and like for an hour, we'll walk each child around the yard on them. Started off doing that, and then got into trail riding, go stay somewhere in Mississippi, and then I wound up buying a horse for Summer, and I think she got hurt. So with that horse, she wanted me to ride it, and I turned out to be pretty good, and that's when I started competing. And then I got my own horse and competed with that, and went from there. Just being at horse shows and being around other people, working horse shows, doing stuff like that, all over South Louisiana, pretty much. Been to Rice Arena, been to Vinton, and Vinton, going towards Texas, that place out there. Horse shows, horse clinics, did a lot. Yeah. I mean, if I had the time and the money, yeah, I would probably get back into it, because it's kind of peaceful. But it's like one guy said, it's not really, because some people with horses, they're like, oh, my horse is doing this and that. But it's not really the horse with problems, more or less the person. Yeah, it's easy to do with the horses.
You said you did contests and stuff. What was that?
Contests? Horse shows? Yeah,
horse shows.
Racing. It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fast. They call it turn and burn. Go fast. Yeah, it's a long time ago. Like I said, I'm more into fitness now.
Well, tell me about that. Like, how'd you said you teach a class or no?
Group fitness.
Group
I'm
fitness,
being a group instructor.
Okay.
Not a personal trainer, a group instructor. Now with that, it's not required to have a license, but to be a personal trainer, you're required to have a license. I can start off as a group instructor, and through the gym I work at, I can get a discount, if I want to do personal trainer. I really don't know how much I'm going to get paid, honestly.
Yeah.
From what I hear, I think it's like $25 an hour, but that's only for like 1 hour.
What's wrong?
Let's see. Hold on.
Hello?
Hey.
My husband there?
Hello, Van.
Husband where?
Who are you? You are my boyfriend or are you my husband?
What do you think?
I don't know. You can search for me. Who are you?
Yeah. You FaceTime me or no?
You FaceTime? Okay, I don't have a phone for FaceTime with you, but I have a question. If you answer right, you are my husband.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I want to ask you what happened last night.
What happened last night? Did I fart?
Yeah, you my husband.
Yeah.
Hi, Kevin. Tomorrow I am go work and we go taxi or go somewhere.
I'm not sure yet.
You need to sure because if we go taxi, I need bring my children come daddy house right now.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. One moment. What the fuck?
A Buddha.
I'll try getting on. Can you understand what she's saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good.
Okay, honey.
Say something.
Oh, wow. Yeah, give me a look.
Oh, I love it. You want to show the camera?
Oh, okay. What name for in future with that?
Blue Collar Podcast.
Oh, really?
You want to do a session?
I don't know, but maybe next time.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
What time you come out?
Probably in a couple hours, I guess.
Okay. Okay. And tomorrow we go visit over Florida.
I don't know, Lee. What you think?
I don't know because Martin, you asked me tomorrow will work or not, and I say I don't know because I have customer. But you say because I married with the American husband and I need to do something look like his wife.
Yeah? Maybe.
Right now, my husband say with me him don't know sure.
Tell her don't bring them
Huh?
cucumbers no more.
Yeah.
For my stomach.
Hey, this morning I let Logan try the cucumber or that melon. And him don't like.
Yeah, I know that's not easy for some people eat, just for Asian eat.
You got that?
Yeah, it's hard, difficult for some people, even Asians.
But husband, you like it?
I love it.
Okay, maybe you change your feel one half Asian right now.
Yeah, I'm part Asian, remember?
It hurt my stomach.
Okay, husband, see you later, okay?
Alright, love you.
Love
Bye.
you, bye.
Love you.
Bye, Logan.
Bye.
Okay.
I got a couple fan questions here. They want to know, do you live the life that you portray in your inspirational videos with others in your daily life? That's from Tina.
I feel I do because it's a lifestyle. Yeah, I feel I exercise what I preach.
I got another question for you. This is from Tanner. He said, what would you have on your headstone?
That's a good one there, huh? What will I have on my headstone? I never thought about that. What will I have? It would be... What would it be? I never thought about that. It'd definitely be some type of quote, I'm sure. What about you? Have you thought about it?
It just says Logan Morrow.
You wouldn't have nothing, not even like a Bible verse on there?
Probably have like Romans chapter 5, verse 8.
Which is what?
God demonstrates his love for us in this, that I think I'm saying right. He demonstrates his love for us in that even though we're sinners, Christ still died for us. Probably didn't say it right, but just somewhere along the lines.
Something like that. Mm-hmm.
I just really like that Bible verse a lot, so that's why.
So what does it mean? Because I know it, but I don't know what book it's from. But when he says, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Who is he that is in me?
Jesus Christ lives inside you when you accept him into your life.
I have to accept him? I wasn't born with it?
You have to believe in him.
Believe in what?
You're born in sin. Jesus cleanses you of sin. He died for your sins. So when you accept him, all your sins washed away by his blood. That was the sacrifice for your sin, because God told.
So even as an
I believe
innocent,
he told Adam, the curse of sin is death. I could be wrong. I think it's Adam. I don't know.
Because see, that can be.
But you're born in sin because you.
Is that metaphorically speaking?
What do you mean?
But if I'm born into sin, and say I happen to die when I'm 3 years old, but I was born into sin.
Well, then you're protected by innocence because you don't know.
What about 10?
I think it's whenever you have a rational thought.
A rational thought about what?
Like you have a choice of accepting Christ or not. And you can make that rational choice. Like at 3 years old, you don't really know.
I understand what you're saying, but what if I accept God?
I accept God, accept Jesus. Because that's your sacrifice. That was your sacrifice for your sin, was Jesus Christ.
God lived a portion of his creation through a man.
Jesus was God in human flesh.
I know, as a man.
Yeah. He took all your fleshly sins with him on the cross. He took all your shame, your guilt.
Why is it still with me?
Well, you just said you haven't accepted Christ.
I did a long time ago. And then I got baptized.
Did you really accept him?
And I probably need to get baptized again.
Did you really accept Christ though? Did you turn away from sin? Did you repent? I can say, I believe in
I think I did for a period of time, but I mean, I was given this world. I didn't make it, you know. It's like I said, it's a lifestyle. And it's hard to maintain that when it's so many distractions.
And I think what you were saying, that greater is in me than in the world. If I live in the world, I don't need God because I have the world.
All right, so with that, like me being, I love being in nature. Is that of the world? Or that is the world? What is it?
I think of the world means like I desire earthly things, like more money, more women, more drugs, more. That's what my focus on. Like a lot of people serve money. That's their God. All they think about is money. All they want is money. I don't need God to have billions of dollars. Yeah, I see that. That's what it means by in the world. Because money, once you go to heaven, there's no money on earth. I mean, earthly money doesn't go with you to heaven.
You said, well, like you believe too that, not that you said, but I think you did, I don't know, but we all have a purpose to serve, or we all serve a purpose?
We all have a plan for our life that God has created.
Do you think, like, when you asked me that question about what would be on my tombstone, I don't know because I never thought about it. What about as a human? Do you think before we die, we can leave some type of major contribution to mankind?
You could.
You could, but you don't think we should?
I think it's just pointless because when Jesus comes back, he's going to create a new heaven and new earth. So all this life will be washed away and be born again with a new body in heaven with God for eternity. Or if you choose to be separated from God, you'll be in hell for eternity.
I remember I worked with this older gentleman when I worked for Parks and Recs. He was telling me, I don't really know, but I'm going to try to speculate on what he told me because I don't know how we got on that, but he was saying, like now, like when we die now, like people that are not saved, they still have a chance to be saved. It's like they go to this place that's real dark and it's like across a lake or something. You know anything about that?
It's a gulf you can see.
Yeah, in the Gulf. Yeah.
You can see.
I don't know if it was water, but there's like a gulf of people over there and they have a chance to, accept Christ or something.
No, they're not able to pass. And the thing in the Bible says they're not able to pass from. It's like basically a waiting room.
But they said they have a chance to. That's what he was telling me.
He's probably thinking like purgatory or something.
I don't know.
Well, they would go to either. Well, the day of judgment, when that day comes, God's going to say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant," and you go to heaven, or it says, "Depart from me, I never knew you." I think what he's talking about is like, I read something in the Bible. If I had to describe it, it's like a waiting room to get into the new heaven that's coming when God creates it. It's like a waiting room, but humanity hasn't been judged yet because Judgment Day hasn't came yet. So really, nobody's going in hell right now.
Right.
It's like a waiting room for the day of judgment when you go either heaven or hell.
It's in that gulf. It's where everybody goes.
It's a gulf separating it.
And I think it was saying like each individual can see like a reflection of their life, maybe, and then you have like you said, you have a chance to redeem yourself and accept Christ. I guess you can see like what your life was and stuff like that. I don't know. I can't explain it because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I just know what I was told, and it was like, wow, I never seen that before. Somebody never talked to me about that.
I haven't read the whole Bible yet, but I know like from going to church and Sunday school, they kind of hit and miss on that stuff. I don't know the Bible inside and out. I've read up to.
I can't study it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Like my wife reads the Bible probably every day. I read it. I read up to the book of Joshua is where I left off at.
You never read the whole Bible?
I haven't got through it.
I've read the whole Bible when I was younger.
Okay. I read all the books of Moses up to Joshua. I read into Joshua, I think, up to
I know a lot of the stories.
the walls of Jericho. I remember when I read up into there, I think. I need to keep reading.
Keep reading it.
Yeah. I got pretty far into it.
Go home and read
That's the
some
beginning,
now.
but
I don't think I think I read it, but I don't think I read just a little bit of Revelation.
I've read the whole book of Revelations before. I don't really understand it much, but because the words they use, they don't really have a word for a helicopter. Back then, they said a giant locust or whatever. That's the way because they have to explain it how they see it. Because when John wrote it, he saw it, but it was like he didn't know what a helicopter was. He didn't know what a nuclear missile was. He didn't know what was it 300 million men march. He just he has to write what he sees, but he has to describe it how he knows.
I wonder if you can get Mr. Bill in here.
Think he'd come?
I don't know.
Where's he live?
Holden.
Should be able to come. Yeah.
If he's willing to.
What's he gonna talk about? Bible?
Religion.
Okay. Would you want to come back and do it with him?
No.
Why?
Because he's so set on that, And I'm like, that's why I was like, well, what about like when I'm telling him believe in yourself, and he's I'm like, dude. That's what I'm saying. There's so many religions. Why are they branched off like that? Why? Is it politics?
Branched off as in
Why is there so many religions or whatever
denominations
under Christianity? Why can't it just be one?
different denominations, because it's just like when back in the day there was different sects of Judaism. You know, that's when Jesus came. It was like we got all these different things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so he came. He just basically just made it into Christianity was just follow me instead of having can't eat chicken on Fridays. Why not?
Why not?
All food is clean. It's what comes out of you that's unholy. You know.
Mm-hmm. That's a way of looking at it.
I have limited knowledge of the Bible because I need to read it more. But like, from what I know, from what I've learned, that's all I can really say. You know. Like some questions I couldn't answer because I don't know.
So how does that feel with, being in your mindset like that and being in a work environment where it's not so much accepted?
I can only do me. You know, I can tell people about it, but I can't make them accept it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to talk with Mr. Bill about. Like,
What is he?
why wouldn't you want to be around like-minded people, though? Why would we be like, oh, we got to work and get paid or, pay the bills and stuff, but not around like-minded people? So how do you...
Well, it's just an opportunity to preach it.
It is, but how do you deal with people?
I don't know. To me personally, I've just been around different people my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned different personalities and characteristics of people, know how to handle it. Like I used to work around nothing but 90% of our employees at the coding mill were inmates. So I kind of know how to
Yeah, that would kind of touch on religion, yeah. See, I don't really know much about Muslim. You?
They believe in Muhammad, which was... I think they believe he had a revelation from God. Like God told him to write the Quran. If I'm correct, I could be wrong. But then it kind of contradicts itself when it says the Bible is a previous revelation of God. But then they believe God's word can never change. So that would make the Bible correct. And then, I don't know. I don't really know much about Muslim or Islam.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much either. But dude, you got to check that video out. Tell me what you think.
One you just sent me?
Yep.
Okay.
You want to look at it right now?
I'll do it after this.
Okay. Make sure you guys tune in to Blue Collar Podcasts. Believe in yourself and believe in a higher power. It works.
Thank y'all guys for watching.
Same here.